time. Back to action.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another review, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the Ultra Street Fighter 2 the Final Challengers, and this is Ken, as you can see on the side on the left, and here we have Ryu. There, pretty awesome figures. It's been taking me some time in doing these reviews just because I do have most of the team, and I've been just trying to get some time to review these. So here we'll start with Ken. Here you can see we have a head sculpt. We have two of them. They both look pretty similar, but once I take everything out of the box, then we can get right into it and see what are the difference. We do have a pair of hands there, and we have a stand for his fireball. And then all these figures do look similar to each other, like all the boxes. So if you've seen my other videos, they're pretty much the same. It just has the photo of the actual character that's in the box in the back. So here you have Ken, and then the rest of the challengers underneath. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, they're all the same. This is Ryu or Ryu. And here we have two different head sculpts. So these, you can tell the difference on the head sculpts. Here he's showing his teeth, and here his mouth is closed. And then he has multiple hands as well. We can take a look at that. Also, he has a blue fireball, I believe, and that would be when when he does his Aduget, they both do that, but we have Ken as he has the fire one and he has like a blue one as a different effect there. And we also do have the stand for each of them to hold that fireball. And then we have Ryu in the back doing his little cool pose there, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to take them out the box, jump right into the video. We're going to start off with the accessories, and then we're going to move on to the figures. So we're going to start off with the one and only Ken. All right, so now we're going to start off with Ken's diorama, which looks pretty cool. So this is, like I've said before with the other videos of the figures, they come with dioramas in the box, and they come with basically like a photo of their stage when they're fighting their opponents there. So we can see we have people on a boat there, which is pretty awesome. I'm gonna just put that to the side, and we're gonna get into the accessories, which is not that many, but it's something. So here we have, this is a stand, and this is going to be for the fireball, which is over here, which is pretty cool. It's shiny. And the other thing that's awesome is for his special power when he does Aduget. You have hands inside, which is freaking awesome. I just noticed that. That's pretty cool. So here we do have a little hole. So this is where you're going to be putting it when he does his move. And I'll do a pose with it. So let's see. It's going to turn that in. And basically it just goes like that. Pretty straightforward. All right, and then we get some open hands. Nice details on the padding. Nothing too crazy, but it has a little design there, little lines and stuff, so not too bad. And then we have a sculpture here. I think this head sculpt looks a little bit like he's more pissed off than the other one, and I'll bring him in a second. But here he is showing a little bit more teeth. So basically, this is his face. Like the one on the actual figure looks like it's like an evil smile. And here he looks pissed off. But this head sculpt looks pretty awesome. And the hair's a little soft in the back, so hopefully that doesn't do anything to the head articulations, but we'll get into that now. So, yep, here is the actual figure. Here is Ken. Let's see if we can stand them up. All right, perfect. So we are going to take a quick look at Ken. So first of all, I don't know what you call his shirt. I don't know. But this is really soft. All right, so we're going to start with just talking about his outfit. So it looks pretty good. It has some kind of texture. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera. A little bit different from the rest of them. I don't know if this is just going to be Ken and Ryu. We'll take a look at him in a second. But yeah, he has some texture on his outfit as well. And here, all his belt, super soft, rubbery materials, just like his top. Very soft. It's good for articulations because, if it's the more soft it is, the more you can, move his legs or his arms. But in this case, it would be more for his legs. So let's just start off with articulations and then we'll move into details and then we'll do like an overall figure thing. All right. So articulations, we just be careful. We can go like that. So we can definitely turn his biceps all around. He is double jointed. As you can see there, he has his double joints, wrist, just like every other figure, it basically turns around. We do have a little give going down and up. Not too much. You can see his fist there. So the same basically is going to go for his... Jesus, it's a little bit stiff, but once you break them in, then it'll be fine. But yeah, and head goes all the way around. Perfect. He looks all the way down, looking at his opponent. Let me just put these arms down carefully because I don't want to break it. But yeah, he is looking down. Maybe I'll do a quick battle scene with Ryu. So we have, let's see, in the torso there, we do have a swivel and a little crunch. So he can go down that much. And back. I don't know why you would want to go that far unless he has to duck, but it just looks weird. But he goes back that far. And there is a little minor bent on the side. Yeah, so not that bad. It does have a lot of give. And now, do we do the split? Of course we do the splits. Every figure so far that I've reviewed, they've been able to do the split. It's just a little bit hard to get them to stay. And you got to kind of move their feet a certain way. Or maybe... Oh, but yeah, they do the split. All right, and then the legs go kick all the way up. You can do a high kick, which is cool because that's what they do. They fight, so they're constantly kicking. And then we have a double joints. When these legs are pretty thick, it's hard to get the double joints open there. But there it is. You can see 1 and 2. Ankles do have a little swivel. So it goes from left to right. And you can... has a good amount of articulation. You can see the inside there. So obviously if you're posing them, you can kind of bend their feet a certain way with the ankles there. So yeah, not bad. So articulations for what this figure is pretty good. And now with the details, I love the shadows that they put on their muscles. It just makes them look pretty real. Like, look at all this detail and all the shadows on the muscles in between, just to give it that realism effect, which I like a lot. And the texture feels pretty good. It feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a proper like action figure. Like you spend a good amount of money on these. I bought these on Amazon. They may still have some of them. So if you guys just check and see if they still have them. I believe they were like maybe under 35 or 30. So not bad. We don't have that much details, but the ones that we do have, they knock it out the park. So now I'm going to actually leave his pissed off face and then just change. I'm going to try to do a pose here. Let's see if we can get this right. So we're going to try to make the move. We'll try to do it outside the diorama, and then I'll put them inside. Like that, you guys can have a quick look. Now there's loads of poses that you can do, and they have pretty cool ones online. I'll just do the standard ones for now. So basically his Aduga looks like almost like a Power Ranger morph, but he does do like a bend like that. Let's see if I remember this clearly. He goes like that. Just gotta make sure you gotta get him kind of straight. Yeah, I believe is like that. You gotta make sure you get that double joint in the movement. So make sure he's looking at his opponent, and basically he does this thing. He goes Aduga. So here it is kind of not wide enough to like have him in the diorama doing it, but you get a kind of an idea of what is supposed to do. Now, I'm sure his pose is more intense than what I'm doing now. Just to give you guys an idea, this is what it's supposed to do. So the fireball comes out when he's doing his, when he's doing one of his superpowers there. And I can't get him to stand. That's because I have him on this mat here, so... But he does stand pretty good. All right, so right now, we're gonna take a quick look at Ryu. Let's just have him stand here. All right. Let's just use the diorama there. All right, so for Ryu, we have the stand for his blue and cool fireball, and he does have the same effect. We see the hands there because they both have, they're like the same player, like they have the same moves for the majority. This is pretty awesome. And then now, just to find this spot here, perfect. And it's pretty much the same as Ken's. So we'll leave this to the side. Oh, and let me go with the diorama. And this is Ryu's diorama. This is the background. Pretty awesome. I love this scene. It brings back memories. I need to play the original games. It's been a minute, but I've been trying to get these reviews out. But here we have a head sculpt, and I'll show you that the difference between this one and the other one that's on the figure. Now this one is pretty detailed. That's pretty nice. He looks really mad. You see his eyebrows there? That's how the eyebrows are. Nice texture on the hair. His bandana is very soft and shiny. That looks pretty cool. Then I'll show you his other hand. So here he has his mouth closed and he looks like concerned about something. So there you see the difference there. And then we have his hands. They're basically like Ken's hands. The same texture there on his glove pads there, like Ken's. Straightforward. Nothing crazy there. All right. And then Ryu is in the building. So he's pretty much, it's, I would say the same figure is just different head sculpt and different color outfits, to be honest. If I do see something different, I'll let you guys know. But we do have all the details like on the chest. So you see all the shadows on all the muscles. So it looks very realistic, which is pretty cool. Also in the arms, look at all those muscles and the details in between all those muscles there. That's pretty awesome. The same on the other side. Same texture on the clothing. Everything is pretty soft. His belt. The only thing so far that I noticed is this is written, I think is in Japanese. He has this thing on his belt, which Ken does not have. You see that? So I wonder what it says. Obviously, I can't read that. So if you guys know what it says, then let me know. But so far, that's the difference. We do have some like dirty, like his outfit. It has a little bit of dirt. Like you see that there. I don't know if that's intentional. That's some issues. I don't know. It looks like it could be for the actual figure because in between the wrinkles here of the outfit, it looks a little bit like dirty, but I get that that's like how it's supposed to be. And let me know down in the comments if you guys have the same thing on your figure, if he has like some like little dirt effects on his clothing there. But it's pretty much the same clothing as Ken. He doesn't have that dirty look. It's all red, so it's a little hard to see. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments if you did notice that, if you do have the figure. We have the same articulations. Like I said, it is the same figure, so nothing crazy. We do, but for the sake of this video, I'll do everything. We are double jointed, of course. Wrist turn all the way. Peace, power. Head goes all the way around. Just be careful. I thought that the top comes off, but you can actually see a little bit of his chest. The same with Ken as well. So it's nice that this material, it is super soft, so you can do crazy articulations. And I'm sure, I mean, I'll try my best to get some posing here, but this is not bad. Let's see, are you gonna kick Ken in the face? Look at that, he can reach it. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Boom, boom. Awesome. So on these both of these figures, articulations are really good. I think they're all gonna be good on all these figures, which is very nice. So yeah, we're gonna see now how he looks on his diorama. So that's pretty cool with his blue flame. So he does, like I did with Ken, he does the same pretty much with shooting the fireball with his hands. So you just change the hands and you do that pose. I don't want to do it again because I feel like I'm missing something from it. I do know they do that bend with the leg and they put their, it's like, if you guys know Power Rangers, then they go, it's morphin time. They both have both of their hands open like this, basically. And then the fireball comes out in between, just like how you see in the hands inside the fireball. The hands are, let me see if I can get a good look. See, they're open. And then the fireball comes in between the hands there to give it that effect. And I like how the blue matches the diorama of Ryu, which is freaking awesome. All right, so that was a quick review on Ken and Ryu. These figures are awesome. Great articulation, details are beautiful. I mean, you can't say no to these. I recommend these are awesome. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of these two action figures? And in our next video, we're gonna be doing another review because I have to go through these. There's so many of them, but the next ones are M. Bison and Guile. Yep, we have them in the building. I can't wait to get started with this video. But on that note, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon like that. You guys get notified when I do post a new video. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is Ariel Diaz. Peace.
さあ楽しもう。お前の拳が泣いている。よしよし、本気を出せ。まだ立ち上がるのか。かかってこい。昇竜拳。波動拳。波動拳。竜巻旋風拳。竜巻旋風拳からだ。今回は俺の勝ちだったようだな。 俺を熱くさせてみろ。レッツ拳で語り合おう。おりゃせいや灼熱真空竜巻。戦いの中に答えはある。真の格闘家への道はまだ遠い。これもまた真の格闘家への道、その程度じゃないだろう。